This is an endeavor to seek attention from the friends of Dr. Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Laureate from Bangladesh, who are living worldwide. Dear friends, Dr. Muhammad Yunus, our Nobel Prize winner, is a victim of political persecution. Not only that, he is now a victim of judicial persecution. As a lawyer myself at the Bangladesh Bar Council, and also as a human rights advocate, I am requesting you to take the following issues into consideration. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, is definitely a dictator. As you all know by this time, that during her regime, hundreds of political activists have gone missing. She has throttled the independence of the judiciary. She has throttled the independence of journalism. Sheikh Hasina has personal grudges against many of the political activists opposing her, and she has personal grudges against many members of the intelligentsia, especially against those whom she cannot blackmail into submission. And she has personal grudges against those corporate bodies which she cannot control, or her political cronies can't control. Dr. Yunus and his Grameen are the two entities Sheikh Hasina has been failing to have full control of. Her present advisor, business advisor, Salman F. Rahman of the Beximco, is a well-known corrupt man who once had floated a political party, but had to shelve his dreams and political aspirations when Sheikh Hasina and her Awami League threatened him, and he had to give in. And they have several deals to deprive the poor people of Bangladesh. Like Salman F. Rahman, many of the corrupt businessmen are now working for the interests of Sheikh Hasina. They were bound to in many cases. But Dr. Muhammad Yunus is bigger than life. Dr. Muhammad Yunus loves Bangladesh, no question about it. His Grameen came under scrutiny, and on many occasions, his Grameen was criticized for high interest rates and anomalies. But his patriotism should not be questioned. He lived in Bangladesh since he finished his PhD, and he had a dream, and the dream was materialized into founding of Grameen. Dr. Muhammad Yunus, top to toe, a Bangladeshi man, a lover of Bangladesh. So he was not on sale. Sheikh Hasina's corrupt regime squandered much of Bangladesh wealth to build many of the mega projects of Bangladesh, including the Padma Bridge. But these projects especially have pushed Bangladesh now on the verge of bankruptcy. Sheikh Hasina wholeheartedly wanted economist Nobel Prize winner Dr. Muhammad Yunus's support behind her projects. she would have loved if Dr. Muhammad Yunus applauded Sheikh Hasina for her Pradda Bridge and other projects. But as a patriot, he did not give in. You should take note into several of the political comments Sheikh Hasina had made against Dr. Muhammad Yunus. After the Padda Bridge, Bangabandhu Bridge, was opened for the public, she even called for her political party activists to drag Dr. Muhammad Yunus into Padda River and to dip him into the river waters, but not to kill him, just to punish him for making comments against her projects. So now, as Sheikh Hasina is trying to say that Dr. Muhammad Yunus's case, or the case against Dr. Muhammad Yunus, is by no means politically motivated, and she asks his friends, Dr. Muhammad Yunus's friends all over the world, to come or to send representatives or even lawyers to carry out investigation along with the government to see whether the case against Dr. Muhammad Yunus was politically motivated or not. Thankfully, many of Dr. Muhammad Yunus's friends worldwide have accepted this challenge. So, those of you who are deciding to send delegations to investigate whether Dr. Muhammad Yunus is being subjected to political harassment should take into note about some issues, including who was the judge who decided against, or who judge made decision against Dr. Muhammad Yunus and his company and his organization. His name is Muhammad Khurshid Alam Sharkar, a justice at the High Court. You need to investigate this Khurshid's political background. He was an activist of Chhatra League, the student wing of ruling Awami League, during his studentship at Dhaka University. You should also take note about Khurshid's late father-in-law, his political background, and you should also take note of his wife's political activities and his very many seminary attendances in support of the present regime. And you should also take note about the decisions in several cases this Khurshid made, and whether those political decisions or those judicial decisions were politically motivated or not. The decisions should speak for themselves. So Dr. Muhammad Yunus is a victim of judicial persecution, no doubt about that. I know this Justice Muhammad Khurshid Alam for over 35 years. I am a witness of his political affiliations, political connections, Awami League connections, and how his decisions are politically motivated. So if a man has a case against him, he should be taken as innocent until proven guilty. But Sheikh Hasina and all her political appointments, all her activities, all her supporters are now in a witch hunt against Dr. Muhammad Yunus. The Vice Chancellor of Dhaka University spoke out against his friends, that is Dr. Muhammad Yunus's friends worldwide, condemned them, and he claimed that all of Dr. Muhammad Yunus's friends were in fact bought by Dr. Muhammad Yunus. when in fact this vice chancellor, this Dhaka University, I was a student of Dhaka University, so was Dr. Mahmoud Yunus. This vice chancellor is a member of a panel of teachers at the Dhaka University who openly support the present Awami League regime. So Sheikh Hasina has set things into motion to harass anyone who will have friends in the West, especially in America, who do not support her regime. It's a punishment being carried out by Sheikh Hasina against her political opponents or those whom she cannot buy or pressure into submission. So please, those of you who wish to take my expert opinion into this matter, as someone who knows the legal framework of Bangladesh very well, who is politically neutral, that is me. I'm absolutely politically neutral because I do criticize the opposite political parties all the time. I'm a human rights advocate, and also I respect the rights of the common people to know the truth. I believe Dr. Mahmoud Yunus should be considered innocent until proven guilty. And he should have the right to a fair trial, which Dr. Mahmoud Yunus is being denied of. It's not only a question of whether Dr. Mahmoud Yunus is guilty or not, but it's also a question of a fair trial, which is being denied to him. Thank you for listening.